The Z moves are here. Let's talk about them. What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel, and I am so mad. I recorded this video and my mic wasn't on. We opened up our rainbows, we did a 10 pack, and we did our 10 tickets. Yes, 10 tickets because my monthly was like top 4,000. Like, it was pretty bad, but then again, I didn't even really try to grind. I didn't push. So, but we did all that, and that is all gone because, yeah, my audio wasn't on. So, I will show you guys like all of my figures that I pulled when we go to sort it through recent, so you can take a look at that. But let's talk about the Z moves. First of all, if you don't know how to use them, if you want in-depth information on how to actually use them, you want to go to menu, and then you're going to go to help, and then you're going to go down to duels. The AI can still use improvement on this game. Devs, I'm looking at you. And then you're going to go all the way down to Z moves, and it explains everything. So let's kind of go over how to use it. I mean, we kind of all know what we're doing, how to use it, but we want to talk about, most importantly, how the gauge fills up. So your Z move gauge partly fills at the following times: the start of your turn, when you initiate a battle, when one of your Pokemon moves to the PC from a knockout or attack, when one of your Pokemon spins a miss in battle. The gauge fills faster when any of the following situations occur: none of your Pokemon are on the field, such as when your Pokemon have been excluded or moved to Ultra Space. So far what I'm seeing a trend is that the Z move kind of benefits the person who is actually losing or at a disadvantage. That's like a direct counter to the Ultra Beast. What was annoying about Ultra Beast, you would go to the Ultra Space, you had no way of getting your Mons back. But in this case, if you have Mons in the Ultra Space, your gauge can go faster, and then you can attack the Ultra Beasts, and then their gold, or not their gold, but their blue goes away. So that's, like I said, it's kind of like it's rewarding the person who is getting beat or who's at a disadvantage. Any of your Pokemon are occupying any points within the top 2 ranks of the field. I'm assuming that's when you have the entry points of your opponent. Any opposing Pokemon are occupying any points within the bottom 2 ranks, so when the opponent has your entry points, and there are 100 or fewer turns left in the duel. I don't know what does it normally start with, like 300? I think it's 300, right? So that's a long duel, and this Z moves might promote that. Kind of Z moves, we have Pokemon type base Z moves, and we have exclusive Z moves. I can't wait until we get an exclusive one. Devs, this is a perfect opportunity. Release a UX Pikachu and then Z move, man. That's all I want, please. Attack effects differ by Z moves. You can check which Z moves a figure can use by tapping the Z move icon at the upper right of the figure's data screen. I'll show you that in a second. Effects of the Z move: if you activate a Z move with it, move a battle, you guys already know. Basically 96% of your will, 96 segments of your will, and the blues disappear. So let's go look in our decks, and you can see which figures get what. So we're gonna edit figures. If there is a dual type figure or a figure with dual typing, we'll look at the Lotad, for instance. If you click on them, if you take a look at the Z move in the upper right, when the gauge is full, you have an option to select which Z move you would want to use. We have the Bloom Doom, remove all special conditions from your Pokemon, and the Hydro Vortex, the battle opponent and opposing Pokemon within 2 steps of it become confused. Now, I like how they added extra effects to the moves, because if you remember a couple videos ago when we were talking about the Z moves, I was like, I hope it's not just damage. I hope there are some effects. I think they delivered. And let's just look at what the fire can do, just so you guys know if you don't already know. Oh wait, Moltres was right there. Let's go to Moltres. Moltres. Moltres has the Z move of the... Okay, stop. Inferno Overdrive. The battle opponent and the Pokemon in a straight line directly behind it become burned. Very interesting. So let's talk about how this thing builds up quickly. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a little video off to the side as I'm talking. Now, if you remember, it says it builds fast when you attack, and it also builds fast when one of your Mons leaves the field. So if you attack and you get KO'd, your gauge is going to move up fairly quick. So there's going to be, or not very quick, there's going to be a big chunk that's going to go up. So like that begs the question, like, what kind of strategies are we going to see? Mind you, I do not advise you just mindlessly attack into an opponent just to try and get that gauge full, because an experienced dueler is still going to be patient when they attack, and they're going to know when to attack. So like I said, don't just mindlessly attack. It could get you into some trouble. It could get you at a severe disadvantage, all just to get that one Z move. Now let's talk about that. When do you want to use the Z move? Do you want to build up your gauge as quickly as possible and use Z moves, I don't know, 2 to 3 times in matches, which we can kind of cover that real quick. At first, I was a little, I wouldn't say salty, but I was like, why can we use the Z move more than once in a duel? That makes no sense. In the actual games, the Game Boy games, you can only use one Z move in battle. I need to tell myself, this is not the main series. This is not the Game Boy games. This is Pokemon Duel, independently different game. So I need to get my mindset out of there. And I actually like that you can use multiple Z moves during a match. So like I said, here's the question. When should you use your Z moves? Should you try to do 3 times a match, or should you only try once? Or, you know, what do you think you should do? So in my opinion, and I have no experience actually. I haven't even gone into a duel yet. I've just done practices in Quest. But in my opinion, the for sure times to use the Z move is 1, if it's going to win you the game. 2, if you're going to lose the game and you need it to survive. Or 3, most importantly and strategically, when you can take advantage and put the player at a severe disadvantage, meaning banish. If the figure is cursed, I think that's when you should Z move. Because why? A Z move is, keep this in mind, it's 1 guaranteed roll in a bowl of RNG. Okay? Just think about that. It's only 1 guaranteed roll. You're going to have 5 minutes minimum of RNG. So I think you need to be patient on when you're going to use it. So let's also talk about something I don't understand. The Z moves, even if you have they talk about in the Z moves, they talk about it's going to be like your gold or your white, whatever the highest attack damage is going to be the Z move. So to me, I thought that if I had a high gold, say the Zapdos or the Arcanine or the Mega Ray. Yes, Mega Ray can use the Z moves. Let's go off on a little tangent real quick. If you are rocking the Rotom and you're using the Mo Rotom or the Wash Rotom or the Heat Rotom, if you change everything into that into that typing, every mon on the board, if the gauge is full, can use that typing Z move. Therefore, Ray can hit for a whopping 300 if it is chained to 10. Now, what I was going to get back to, if your gold is your highest damage, shouldn't your Z move be gold? That's not the case, or at least that's not what I'm hearing. I haven't tested it myself, but what I'm hearing is even if you have the Arcanine and he does the Z move, the fire one, it's still a white attack. So that means like heavy purple. I mean, we kind of already are in a heavy purple meta, but like it doesn't matter if you hit for 9,000. Got that from Reddit. Doesn't matter if you hit for 9,000. It's still going to get beat by a 1-star purple. So you need to be careful when you're going to be using these. Like I said, end of the game or winning of the game, losing the game, or if you're going to get a serious advantage, maybe take an entry point or banishing a figure. So I think that's all I want to talk. Oh, I also want to talk about the chains. Careful on your chains, because if you're going to chain your spinner, whether it be Greninja or Charizard, everybody's going to chain their Greninja on the spinner. But if Greninja uses the Z move, it's going to be his Hydro Pump. So Greninja's only hitting for 140. Only hitting for 140. You're going to kind of need a Manaphy to buff that for 170. And it's still not even enough to beat an evolved Haxorus. Well, actually, he is for 160, right? So, I don't know. So, I have a couple questions for you guys. Let me know in the comments below. Who do you think benefited from the Z moves the most? Who do you think got nerfed? Which Z moves do you guys like best? Do you like the water? Do you like the grass? Do you like the fire? Me personally, I think I like the grass more because it fits the meta more because of the Ghost X and Decidueye. However, I do believe we're going to... Actually, let's take a look. We're probably going to see more water decks. Oh, water deck right there. And the Primal Kyogre. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to see that many fire Z moves. But do you think that the Rotom is going to be enough? Do you think people are actually going to be rocking the Rotoms, you know, for the Ray or for, I don't know, the Haxorus, or just some absurd amount of damage hitting for, you know, like 250 plus? Do you think people are going to be doing that? Grass decks might be coming back. See, we still have Ghost. Ghost. Oh, here's a Grass deck. Ultra Beast, Psychic, so that doesn't get anything. The Shaman, Water, Decidueye, Grass, Decidueye. So yeah, let me know in the comments below which do you think got it best. So oh wait, we're gonna show you the figures that I pulled. Before I let you go. So let's go here. Acquired. So this is everything I pulled from the first take. We got a Haxorus. We actually got our other Politoed. Now we have 3. So I kind of want to run a Politoed deck. Not really. We also pulled another Mega Ray. I did not care about that. I don't want the Mega Ray. I don't use the Mega Ray. I absolutely despise the Mega Ray. We got the Evolta. Oh, so for my 3 Rainbow Boosters, we got the Evolta, the Dialga, and the Zekrom. So let me know in the comments below, guys. What did you guys pull for your EXs? How are you liking the Z moves thus far? There's still a lot of testing. I mean, it's only been day 1. I'm excited to see what more comes from this. So I'm going to cut it there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace.